Hello again, Power Ranger family, friends, and fans. It is another Fiend Friday, so it's time for another episode of Baboo's Monster Review with your host, Steve Andrino, a.k.a. the suit actor for Baboo for seasons 2 and 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Alright, speaking of, we are now up to episode 30. So this is the actual halfway point of season 1. It should have been the 3/4 point. Again, for those who aren't aware, they initially were going to run 40 episodes for season 1. The show became so popular so quickly that as they were wrapping up filming for season 1, Fox Network called Saban Studios and said, hey, we want 10 more episodes. So they took some time after wrapping filming on what should have been the end of the season. Took a week or so to start writing new material. Went to start filming the new material, and then were called again by the studio and told, oh, I'm sorry, we mean 20 new episodes. Which is why season 1 ended up running to 60 episodes. Okay, so episode 30 is entitled The Rockstar. So, does this have to do with Amy Jo Johnson, the actress who played Kimberly, and her singing abilities? No. Does this have to do with the song by Nickelback? Thankfully, no. That was 12 years after this episode. No, this episode is called The Rockstar because that is the name of the Monster of the Week this week. So let's jump right in and see what we have got here.
Gonna be fun.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have a good time.
Hey Jason, if you're coming on this field trip with us.
Yeah, there's plenty of room. Well,
Okay, so we have the Rangers going on a field trip, sans Jason,
this won't be the same without you, Jace.
and also looks like sans Tommy.
I baked these in my gourmet cooking class. Just take along on our trip.
Okay,
Ew. What is in these?
so Kimberly's UGG, what's in it? Zach and Jason are like, oh, that's not bad. And then we find out that it's escargot, which is French for
Escargot. Tasty. In other words, snail.
snail. Now come on, Zach and Jason were okay with eating them first.
All ready to take on my trip. Come on, guys.
Alright, so a bunch of interesting things about this episode. This is going to be the last episode in which we see the rad bug. I love we got just a over the shoulder and then a turn shot of Squat out in the middle of nowhere watching them leave. And of course Squat gets it all wrong by saying that all the Rangers have gone.
The mirror of destruction.
The one that can destroy even Super Putty.
Okay,
To a million pieces.
so now this is not going to be an episode like the Wheel of Destruction where the Monster of the Week is an actual mirror. I mean, the mirror does play a big part in it, but we do have a separate monster this week. Obviously, Rita wants to find the mirror. Nice little close-up in dialogue there from Baboo. And here we go. Jason does not go along with them because he has someone with him. Sloppy Joe Pizza. Well, then you're not jamming pizza down your throat, you're just jamming Sloppy Joe down your throat. Which, again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Hey, Kay, who's a pipsqueak?
Hey, Jace, isn't this the famous bully you were telling me about?
Hey, no, you're famous.
Hey, Bo, nice shirt. Does that come with extra cheese?
I think Bulk would have been happy about being famous.
I don't like your attitude. I think it's time for me to teach you a little lesson.
Hey, Jace, watch out for that.
Again, what can we throw on Bulk to get him messy? We did the skull first, so I get that.
All you have to do is remember that his brains before broken.
Right, brains before
But yeah, it's always got to get Bulk with something. Okay, so this is filmed on Zuma Beach. I think I've mentioned this on one episode before. Very famous beach to be used in many films and TV shows in Hollywood. Again, we'll see it later on towards the very end of this season as well. This is where I first got into the Baboo costume. Unfortunately, the footage that we shot never made it to air.
But I want you to try it.
But okay, so here he goes. Teaching martial arts, which, okay,
Try it again.
he's a one-trick pony, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's a very good trick. He's a very good martial artist.
Hey, I did it.
So he teaches regular class. He's trying to teach his cousin.
Confidence.
Wow, now you're the coolest.
Okay, now incidentally, two things about this. Let's jump back into this for a second. One, the voice does not match. I'm not sure what the reasoning was behind this. However, Richard Lee Jackson, I believe, played Jeremy. Shortly after this, a couple years after this, he went on to star in Saved by the Bell, the new class. He was one of the regulars on that. However, the voice was done by actress named Brienne Sidal, although she is now goes by Brienne Brosey. And apparently her niche, if you will, is voicing younger to teenage boys. Just like, as we all know, Bart Simpson is not voiced by a male. Apparently they decided Brienne's voice was better than Richard's voice for this. It's just a little... It threw me off a little bit watching it again. Just you can tell something's a little off, but you're not quite sure what. Yeah, that's why it's voiceover. Other thing, so we have now met Kimberly's Uncle Steve, the pilot. We have met Trini's uncle, Howard. We have met Trini's little niece, cousin, I forget which, in the Pineapple the Clown Panoctopus episode. Now we have met Jason's cousin. So they tried to bring in family members every few episodes. We've also met Billy's girlfriend, who we only met in the one episode and disappeared and never showed up again. And of course we've seen twice now so far Zach trying to make Angela his girlfriend, but that hasn't worked very well. Now, she's one of the few that actually recurred and was in multiple episodes. A lot of times it's a one-off. We won't see Uncle Steve again. We won't see... Well, alright, we won't see Uncle Steve again, but we will see the actor who plays Uncle Steve again, playing, in a later episode, playing her mom's new boyfriend, which is kind of creepy if you remember that he also played her uncle. It just gets a little uncomfortable, and we'll leave it at that. But yeah, so they do a good, every 10 episodes, 6 or 7 episodes, they want to introduce, a new family member. With Billy, we met his protege, if you will, Willie, during the science fair episode. So again, they try to bring in additional characters to make it interesting. And incidentally, we have not seen Tommy yet, and we will not see Tommy at all in this episode. This is the first episode since the Green with Evil arc in which Tommy was introduced. Of course, we know by the end of which he was a member of the Rangers. This is the first episode we do not see him in since his introduction. Anyway, and also, as I said earlier, this is the last episode for the Radbug. Oh, we hardly knew you. Anyway, back to it. So he's teaching his cousin Jeremy some martial arts.
Power Rangers?
Gotta practice. And now he's got Jeremy saying, yeah, you're cool and all, but I want to meet the Power Rangers because they're really cool. Okay.
Silence, fool! He's there after you said the Rangers were gone!
See, Squat getting in trouble again. Again, to be fair, 5's a hard number to count to. Well, he does have 5 fingers, I'm just saying.
The finding a mirror will have to wait till my putties have taken...
I don't know what I did to get hit there. I didn't say the Rangers were gone. That was all Squat. Okay, I'm going to leave it for a second just so we can hear his voice again. Plus we know what's coming up.
Oh man, what are we gonna do?
Stay behind me. Watch your back.
Alright, so in the last episode, Island of Illusion, Part 2, Tommy was freaking out because all 5 of his Ranger buddies appeared to him to be putties, and he felt like, he had to fight them all, and he was surrounded, and there were millions of them. Now, Jason is going to fight off 5 putties with his cousin, who he's got to protect, who doesn't really know much martial arts, knows a tiny bit. He's trying to get trained by Jason. But for some reason, he's able to dodge the putties and hold his own. And, you know, Billy still has trouble with him sometimes, and he's been taking classes with Jason also. And oh, by the way, he's a Power Ranger. But we have a middle school, I'm going to assume, if Jason's supposed to be in high school, middle schooler able to take on not 1 but 2 putties.
Wow. I'd always heard about Rita and the putties, but I never thought I'd actually see them.
Let's hope you don't have to see him again.
Okay, so apparently it doesn't automatically set off alarm bells. Wow, we've seen Rita on the news. How they get footage of that, I have no idea, but whatever, we'll let that slide. Apparently the putties have attacked often enough that enough other people have seen them that it's like, okay, it's not, I mean, it's a big deal in the fact that it's a danger, but it's not like, putties, someone around here must be a Power Ranger. He doesn't put 2 and 2 together. The putties are showing up and attacking his older cousin who knows martial arts. But man, I really want to meet the Power Rangers. I gotta say, I don't know what Angel Grove school system is like, but they are not doing these kids justice. Okay, so now putties are gone. Let's pretend nothing happened. We can go back to fishing. Yay! Looks like Jason's pole's broken a little bit there, or at least bent. Now we catch a bottle with something inside. I don't know how you can tell it's a map right off the bat. Just a piece of paper rolled up, unless it was rolled up backwards, in which case it's not really protecting the map. Now we have Jason having to jump down the cliff, which looks like it's a few feet up there, and I'm sure there was a mat or something for him to land on as well as the sand, just to be safe. But he's got to get away from his cousin to be able to call Zordon, so he won't know that I'm a Power Ranger, even though I just fought off a bunch of putties. And then all the rest of the original Rangers freaking out because of the earthquake. Okay, the map was rolled backwards, which again to me kind of defeats the purpose. Interesting symbols here. Well, it's Greek, I can tell you that for sure. However, I'm not. Looks like they just use random letters, because that would not be an actual word in Greek. Psi, Chi, Delta. Again, the way it's written, I don't think, because that would be yeah, that's, you need some kind of vowel in there somewhere. That looks like it would be new, and I can't quite tell what the last one is. It might be lambda. So yeah, no actual vowels at all, so definitely not. Yeah, it looks like they just threw, that's theta and zeta, so yeah, no, they just threw in Greek lettering to make it look mysterious. And it worked.
It leads to the mirror of destruction.
Alright, so Rita's all happy that they found the map, which I don't know. It just ended up floating in a bottle in the ocean. She said we have to find the mirror. She didn't say we have to find the map to the mirror. But okay.
And once I've got my hands on it, you'll suffer the same fate as all the
And now we see what the mirror does. Anybody that looks into the mirror and sees themselves gets destroyed. That was kind of a dig. Goldar's like, we need the map. Yes, we do, Goldar. Scorpina, go get it. Come on, my Empress. That was a little mean. You should have sent Goldar with her. Now, they are a couple after all. Okay, and this was interesting. I know that this is a cause for some concern in the Ranger Wiki about errors, about they're at the beach, and they're at the pool, and they're at the beach. Again, this is they talk about a beach club. Now, again, this isn't really... This is American footage. This footage is Japanese with the pool. So it's not the same. There's Rockstar. Voiced by Tony Oliver. The inspiration for Green Ranger being Tommy Oliver. So Japanese footage. They're at the beach, they're at the pool, but they made it look like the beach, the pool is right next to the beach. Now Rockstar shooting these rocks that are super heavy or magnetic or stick to Red Ranger Jason somehow that he can't get them off. And Alpha's like, oh my god, he's a tough monster. He knocked down Jason in his civvies and he can't get up. Wow, what a tough monster. I mean, putties have done that before. I don't know, but that's what makes Rockstar such a tough monster.
We're on our way.
And, skip this a little bit here. We don't need to see the morphs and teleport. Oh, that's right, they teleport first. Sorry. Let's save Jason. Let's try to get the rocks off of them, which are super heavy, but somehow they're able to. And again, I don't know why Rockstar didn't attack once he had Jason down on the ground, pinned beneath these super heavy rocks. But whatever. Okay, now we have him looking for the map. Or just looking for Jason. He's got the map, he's hiding. And apparently the Rangers can't find him, Putties can't find him, Scorpina can't find him, Rockstar can't find him. Alright, so Billy takes off to go look for Jeremy, but is part of the morphing sequence. Okay, that was kind of weird too, because there's very obviously only 4 of them there. And again, we're at the pool at the beach club. Now I'm going to say this. I grew up in Long Island, New York. Close to where I lived, Atlantic Beach was the cool hangout beach, and there was a beach club at Atlantic Beach which had a pool. Later moved to a different area, Baldwin, which was more on a bay, so it wasn't a beach necessarily, but the bay was right there, and there was a beach club with a pool right on the bay. It's not that uncommon, at least in the Northeast. Also, movies like The Flamingo Kid, starring Matt Dillon. That was a big thing at the beach club, which I believe actually might have been Atlantic Beach now that I think about it. But yeah, having a pool by the beach, not the most unheard of thing. In the Japanese footage, it's definitely a little more unusual looking. It looks more like it's a house pool as opposed to a beach club. I don't know, it just didn't seem enough club stuff around it to me, but they made a point. Oh my god, they're at the beach, then they're at the pool, then they're back at the beach. No, we did get an establishing shot there that shows that the pool is basically just elevated up from the beach. It just doesn't match very well because Zuma Beach, where the American footage was shot, does have cliffs like that, but it doesn't have quite the same look to the cliffs, and the houses up on top don't really come down that low, that close to the sand. Back to it. I do not envy this. These guys ending up in the water with either putty masks on, or where am I fast forwarding this? This should be normal speed. Or even worse, coming up shortly. We'll see in a minute here. Let me back this up a hair. Didn't want that in fast forward. There we go. Scorpina knocking down the arrows, getting Kimberly. But yeah, going into the water with some kind of mask on that's going to hold that water there, I don't know how comfortable I would be with that. And it's even worse here when Rockstar goes after Zach and Trini and knocks them into the pool with the helmets on. I think that'd be even worse. That helmet's just going to collect water. It's going to hold water around your face. You can't see in the helmets as it is. And then having water getting in there as well, that would freak me out. I'm sorry. I'm not scared of too many things. Yay! Squat and Baboo making their close to the battle appearance. But yeah, that would freak me out. And it's not like they were in there for just a second. And again, it was, and they cut away. Probably got them right back out. And then, again, did another shot. Get in. Okay, action. Cut. Pull the helmets right away. But yeah, that I don't know that I would have been able to handle that. Now we have Jeremy being chased down by a putty. Again, he shouldn't be able to handle himself. Take care of him. Now it's against multiple putties. Yep. squatting Baboo. Once again, discretion is the better part of valor. Like, no, Rangers are here. That's cool, but we're not going to fight them. Get him! Get him, putties! Oh, wait, they're going to fight back. We're gone. Smartest thing Squat and Baboo ever do is run away. Again, they're toddlers. They're cheerleaders. They want to see Rita and Scorpina and the Monster of the Week and the Putties win. They want to be involved as much as they can without actually being in any kind of danger of getting hit whatsoever. In the one episode we had where Baboo knocked down Kimberly when she had the bow, I mean, that's it. That's as much fighting as they're going to do. Alright, so Jeremy does the Lord of the Rings trick. Let's hide underneath the cliff or whatever. So I'm out of sight. I mean, he was smart enough to throw a rock to get their attention.
Should I finish them up, Scorpina?
A good idea. What are you waiting for?
Yeah. Gee, Scorpina, we've got them at a disadvantage. Should we finish them off? The heck kind of monster did you create? Of course you should finish them off. The fact that you had to ask already makes you one of the worst monsters of the week ever. Right up there with Bones, who just was completely ineffective.
Wow, this must be it.
Okay, now we find a big rock, dig down half an inch, and there we have the super powerful artifact that's being covered by a piece of cardboard? Styrofoam, maybe? Doesn't look that heavy. And then we have the cool cover on the mirror to open it. I mean, kind of looks like a hair clip. Okay, so again, one putty against a kid who's got minimal martial arts training. He got one shot in, which, okay, maybe we call it a lucky blow. Gets knocked down. But now they know the mirror is out there. And someone has it, and it's not them. You failed, Scorpina. And Rockstar. So, yep, here comes the big guy. Okay, Alright, so this is the first and only time we will see a civilian destroy a monster of the week. Can't say it's the only time we'll see a non-ranger, because apparently Alpha has a hand in destroying one sometime in the future. But yeah, the only time it wasn't a member of Zordon's team that destroyed Monster of the Week, and then he gets scared of the mirror and throws it away. And then he throws it right to where Scorpina can get it. All of a sudden, Billy's back. Billy didn't find Jeremy, but decided, okay, I better come back here anyway. Scorpina doing pretty well, 1v5. Going after Kimberly again, knows that the bow is the best weapon. Kimberly gets the mirror, and Scorpina says, oh, I don't think so. I've got you now. Get American footage of Goldar. Why make her grow? Why waste the time? She's already got the mirror. All she had to do was open it, and that would have taken care of her. Instead, no, let's keep the mirror closed. Let's grow. And apparently the mirror grew with her, so really all she had to do was open it there, and they're pretty much goners. But no, let's grow, let's call on our Zords. You're big, so we have to get into things that are big too. And here we go again. Just hits the tree. Again, I still haven't gone back to look at the old episodes, but this is like 3 in a row now where the pterodactyl Zord has hit that tree. I love it. All systems are go. And Megazord battle. Okay, form again. So why start as a tank? Just start as Megazord. Get it over with. There's no reason not to. We don't even use the tank anymore. I know, it's just a waste, 45 seconds out of the 18 to 20 minutes the episode's going to be. You can use the same footage over and over, and again, it makes sense. It's inexpensive. You've already got it. Okay, so here's the mirror. Now, we can obviously see the Megazord's reflection in it. That should have been enough. And let's hide your eyes. Too late. You should have already looked at it. It's kind of like the Medusa. You take a brief look, you're done for. And again, I can see Jason ducking under his hand. He's not exactly covering his eyes very well. Oh, I know. It's the fact of the helmet. You can't see out of him anyway, and that's what the real issue is. That's why it didn't work. But, you know, Goldar's taking some good shots here. Between Goldar and Scorpina, since Rockstar was already destroyed by a middle schooler with a mirror. And again, Megazord is somehow able to hide his eyes. Oh, and also step on Goldar's foot at the same time. And then Scorpina almost takes out Goldar with the mirror. So, in an effort to save her beloved, she throws the mirror, which allows Megazord time to get the power sword, which they use the lightning bolts from the power sword to destroy the mirror. And Goldar's like, yeah, no, I've seen this before. Megazord with the power sword, I have zero chance, I'm out.
Wow, you guys were awesome.
You were pretty
And now we
brave
have
yourself.
Jeremy meeting the Power Rangers.
kept outsmarting those putties?
Well, you know what they say, brains before brawn.
An exemplary motto.
I can't believe I finally got to meet you guys. I can't wait till I tell my cousin Jason. Hey, by the way, where is Jason? I hope he's okay.
I mean, the fact that they're all looking at him, that's not the... And Trini puts her hand on his shoulder, that's not the giveaway. What are you teaching these kids? Angel Grove ISD, you need some help.
But then, just when he was about to nail me...
And I don't know if that was intentional, if that was really blocked that way with that extra, if they chose that extra on purpose, but man, he did almost hit her.
Power Rangers, they were the coolest, man.
Again, if you're the extra, you want that to be you because you get a good shot on the screen.
There was also this rock monster, the scorpion lady called the Rockstar.
How idiosyncratic.
Yeah, and he spit out these rocks as big as a house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think they were big as a house.
The black one kicked him into the pool. And then later the pink one flew through the air with her bow and arrow. She was just awesome.
Hey, tell us
So
more about
apparently
the
he's in love with Kimberly too, just like everybody else that watched the show when it first came out.
The Power Rangers jumped in this huge robot.
Wow. Sounds like you had a pretty wild time. I gotta go.
Oh, you should have seen the red one battle it out with the scorpion lady. He was the greatest.
Oh, really? Tell me more about myself. Thank you.
Yeah, he did the coolest flying spin kick. Hey, yeah! Hey, Chase, I meant to ask you, where were you all that time?
Yeah, where were you, Jace?
I have a martial arts class I need to teach.
Yes,
Come on, Jeremy.
yes you do. Remember, one of the rules is you can't tell anybody who you are. You cannot reveal your identity as a Power Ranger. You're also not supposed to escalate unless Rita escalates, and we've seen them break that rule many times. Anyway, so there we have it. Rockstar. Again, they could have used Kimberly's singing ability, well, Amy Jo Johnson's singing ability in it somehow. That would have been kind of cool, but alright. As I said, cool idea for the monster. This is one that wasn't Finster's at all, wasn't even Rita's. This was Scorpina comes up with this monster. And the fact that he had to ask Scorpina, should I finish them off now? No. Automatically, bottom of the list, one of the worst monsters ever. Suit was kind of cool. The ability was great for shooting the rocks out, but you didn't follow up when you had Jason down on the ground pinned beneath 3 of them. And then you had to later ask, should I finish them off? No. Alright, so there we go. Halfway through Season 1. One other thing real quick. I know last episode I talked about doing a contest since we hit 100 subscribers. We're actually up to 106 now. So again, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys hitting the like, hitting the subscribe. Love seeing comments. Got some new comments from somebody over the last couple of days. Gotten some... We have one Matt regular commenter comments on every episode, which I love. Please continue. our new one, Altoona. Enjoy it. Please, if you've got any information about the episodes that I haven't touched on that you know of, let me know. Put it in the comments. I'd love to see it. As far as the contest goes, I know I said I was going to have the contest wrapped up for this episode to announce the winner. However, in the interest of being fair, and in the interest of seeing what some of the rules are for doing any kind of giveaway on YouTube, number one, I can't see all the subscribers. If you are subscribed and you did not make your subscription public, I can't see it. We have 106 subscribers. I can see 31 names on there. Number two, it doesn't have necessarily a way to contact you. If that person doesn't have an active current YouTube channel that they check and I comment on one of their videos, they're not going to know. I have no other way to contact them. So what I'm going to do, right after this episode, probably do it over this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, I will put up another video, and we'll do it as the typical, here's the contest video, comment. You'll have a week to comment. Anybody that comments, whether or not you are a subscriber, is eligible. The prize, of course, is going to be a video call from me, and whether we do it over Facebook or Zoom or whatever other medium, whatever the program, not Apple. I do not have an iPhone, so I'm not going to do it that way. But yeah, Skype, Zoom, Facebook call, something like that. So I'll reach out. The contest is going to be pretty simple. Basically, I'm just going to put the video up and just have you respond. You have to comment on the video, call me, and those are the comments that will be eligible to win a call with me. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Fiend Friday. And remember, as always, monsters need love too.